All right, that's my first salvo in this ship. Not too shabby.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Hey everybody, it's Aero. Welcome to the new video about the upcoming Dockyard ship Wisconsin, BB-64. I'm going to start this video out in a training room. We're going to talk just a minute about how to go about getting this ship, which is in the Dockyard event coming along. It's a 30-phase Dockyard, but it may actually be one of the best Dockyard events to come along in World of Warships for some time. Wisconsin is an Iowa-class hull. Let's get that out of the way, which is a Tier 9 hull. It is a bit bizarre finding it here at Tier 10, but there you have it. What I've done is, in this training room, the ships haven't appeared yet, but I've got some Tier 10 ships from the USA and IJN, or Japanese tech tree lines, to shoot at, to give you a sense of what the alleged baseline dispersion is on Wisconsin at the start. But let's first talk about how to get the ship. So in the Dockyard, it's going to be perhaps one of the best deals to come along in a long time. It's 30 phases. 28 of those phases can be completed by combat missions, and only 2 phases will need to be bought, asterisk, if you don't already have the Tier 7 West Virginia 44. You'll be able to either buy a starter pack with 2 phases for 3,200 doubloons, which is pretty amazing. And in that case, when you get to partway through the Dockyard, you'll actually get the Tier 7 West Virginia. Or you'll be able to get a bigger starter pack if you so choose. If you've already got the West Virginia 44, you can actually get the Wisconsin for free if you complete all the missions. That's pretty amazing. West Virginia 44, if you don't know, is a pretty fun ship. She's slow and not very maneuverable, but she's got pretty incredible secondaries, and she's a lot of fun. Actually, it's a ship I enjoy playing quite a bit. So Wisconsin itself, her gimmick is not only her dispersion, which is supposed to be almost battlecruiser-esque, but also this funny button. I figured I would show you this at the very beginning. So here's a look at all of her consumables. She's got better overall shell velocity and allegedly penetration with her AP at range than her sister ships. And she's got baseline range. This ship in the video you're looking at now has not been built whatsoever. So all of her specs here are baseline. So she'll pen 68 millimeters with her HE, 36% fire chance. She's got the 406s. There's Yami. And as I say, 23.4 kilometers range, which is essentially the same range as Monty and Iowa. I don't have Missouri, actually, so I don't know how to compare to that. But for all intents and purposes, very similar guns with the exception of that enhanced penetration. Then her AP does 13.5. Again, this is baseline. She gets, of course, shipborne ASW. The funny button is a bit like Burgoyne, and you also get the enhanced consumable preparation and reload time when you trigger this. Then she gets an enhanced repair party. She gets a spotter plane or a fighter, and then she gets DFAA. All right. So what I wanted to show you here, and the reason I took us into this map at the beginning, is to give you a sense of her dispersion and her pen without the complications of a random game. We're going to do some random games. I've never played the ship, so we'll do some random games, but they are going to be coming after we show you the ship build. I figured that would be the most useful. I'll also show you what the camo options are. at least on my account right now. Okay, so here's the AP. Worcester is pretty easy to Citadel. She's still kind of angled, but let's get a salvo out. Let's take a look at the dispersion. Not moving. I don't think that's necessarily battle cruiser dispersion, but that's a very respectable amount of damage. Her turret angles are not amazing. They're okay. We'll take a look at that when we're playing randoms. So of that salvo, 5 hit, and we've got 9 barrels on a static target. So those look pretty tight. Those look pretty tight. So that's a Worcester. Relatively easy to hit and damage. Ignore the secondaries, chat. So 2 salvos. 8 shells landed so far. Broadside Des Moines. We're at the waterline. Pretty good. No Citadel from 6 kilometers. Feels like the company is trolling us, doesn't it? So again, the funny button, once you load it up, is essentially Burgoyne type reload. And then you also get your consumable action time, and it lasts for 20 seconds. So maybe 2 salvos. Look at the damage there, that dispersion. One Citadel at 6.5 kilometers. All right, so 17 shots now landed. Funny button fill. But seriously, company, I'm going to stop the ship here.
Our team has taken the lead.
I probably won't be able to shoot everything. Let's see if we can finish it off with 1 salvo. I don't know about you, but sometimes 5,800. In the water, chat. In the water. Pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointing. At 6.8 kilometers. All right, shifting to the Yodo. Let's put it under her stack. Right on the waterline. That looks pretty good dispersion-wise. 1350 at 8 kilometers on a Yodo. Pretty awful. That is not a good dispersion at 8 kilometers. There we go. 2 Citadels. Same basic spot. 1350. Did not move the cursor. Separate turret here. 1350. Is it any wonder people get frustrated? Not moving the cursor, not moving the ship. Absolutely nonsensical dispersion. Aim a little higher, a little further aft. 2,700. I don't know how else I could be aiming to try and get Citadels here, chat. What do you think about this dispersion? Let me know in the comments. 8 kilometers, battleship, broadside, light cruiser. And it's like I'm spitting, I don't know, green corn at it. I mean, the damage numbers are adding up, but okay. Closest battleship to me is the Yami, flat broadside. I'm going to hit the F key here to speed this up. Let's do a full salvo right at the waterline. Actually, right at the stack. Here we go. There's my consumable. 1 Citadel. 7, I don't know how long that reload was, but it was pretty fast. Second salvo out, another 14-second reload. Look at that dispersion. That was 3 Citadels, though. And there goes my boost. That's got a little decent dispersion. All right. All right, I see you. Got a bungo out there. I'm going to stay put. I don't know that there'll be time to shoot the destroyer. I wanted to shoot the destroyer with HE. My sense of it is that dispersion seems to improve on smaller ships. No Citadel overpens on a battleship. Well, 9 kilometers. So far, we're up to 15 Citadels with targets that are not moving and I'm not moving. I guess that should be impressive. Aimed a little lower. That's decent looking dispersion there. Try and get this done. No. No. The game says no. Not moving. The game says no. Let's go see if we can find the destroyer. I guess not. Oh well. There's a look at the dispersion and the damage under essentially ideal conditions. Okay, back in the port. Let's take a look at what some of our camo options are, just to start out with. There will be, I believe, a special permanent camo. It's not been issued to me. But let's take a look at the exterior real fast. So this is the permanent camo option I've got available on my account. We've got either sort of a dark theme or the light theme. Now, this may or may not be available to you once you get the ship, because there was a 2 camo, variable camo option available through not an operation, but a campaign that I unlocked. So I'm not certain whether or not it'll be available to everybody. But then if you look at the dev blog, there is another special camo that I believe will be available as well. I'm going to go with this camo. I kind of like the look. I'm kind of old school in that I think that camo should make you inconspicuous and less obvious a target and not bright and ostentatious. But, you know, what do I know? I'm an old man. Looks like a well-dressed ship. Okay, so I have not built this boat at all. Let's start with the equipment. And first of all, let's look at the consumables. Okay, so repair, damage control, we get, come on, repair party. Repairs 535 HP per second, which is a bit of an enhancement. You've got the option of fighter or spotter aircraft. I think spotter is the way to go here. You get 23.4 kilometers base. And when this thing is flying, you get another 20%. Not that you necessarily need that, but it's helpful to be able to shoot over islands, things of that nature. Then you get defensive AA. So, Sure. AA, as we know, is not really the most effective thing. I don't think you can be counting on the AA or the defensive AA or a fighter consumable in the game as it exists right now. All right, moving along. I'm going to go with main armaments 1. This, of course, keeps things alive. Gonna go with something a bit tankier here. Damage control mod, reduce the chances of fire. Other people, look, my build is going to be for my preferred playstyle. It is not necessarily what's going to work for you. Take what I'm suggesting here or the choices I make with a grain of salt. I'm not one of these players that tells you that the way I do things is the only way to do them. This is just what I'm going to be choosing to use based on my preferences, and what you'll see in terms of the initial gameplay will be reflecting the choices I made on my captain and my ship build. Your mileage may vary. Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. So taking a quick look over here at the specs on the artillery base, we've got turret traverse of 45 seconds, which is not terrible for a battleship, but not great, and a reload of 30 seconds. Also, our dispersion base is 244 meters out at 23.4. My preference for a ship like this, even though I love turret traverse, is going to be for artillery plotting room mod 1. Having some additional range will actually tend to enhance your accuracy. That's been my experience. We'll see whether it proves out in the game. I'm going to go with prop mod, not damage control. I want to be able to accelerate and decelerate a little bit faster. This is a very viable option, as is damage control. This is a pretty speedy ship. She does 32.5 knots base. So to be able to maneuver to avoid torpedoes and even possibly long-range salvos, I think is pretty useful. Rudder shift could help you there too. Going to go with concealment. That gets us down to 14.3. And going to go with accuracy here, which takes us to 245 meters of dispersion at range. Definitely want some tankiness here. Improve my heel. I am going to improve my speed. Takes us to 34 knots, which is really nice. Going to get myself a little enhanced AA. This would, if I took it, improve my DFA cooldown. Not going to take it. And this would speed up my consumable prep time a little bit. I've got plenty of them. I think I'll take one of those. Not going to take anything else. Now let's go look at this captain. It's a 21-pointer. Your mileage may vary. Definitely taking that. This is shell switching time. An improvement of 40%. Now I can switch in 18 seconds. I will go for turret traverse here. That takes me down to 37 seconds. That should be more comfortable. Not too greedy. Going to go with adrenaline rush. Going to go with concealment. And let me think through some of the rest of this. If I took super heavy AP, it's going to make me a little more susceptible to fire and flood. but it would enhance the AP damage by 1,000. I don't know that that's going to be that noticeable. I think maybe not. You take Brisk. If you're undetected, you get another 10 knots of ship speed. That's kind of an interesting option. If you take Emergency Repair Expert, you get one more heal. I think that's probably viable. I've got 7 points left. Definitely not taking IFHE. I don't think I would ever get through the all 5 of these. And I don't think it's really worth it here. This might be worth taking. This is not. Could go all defensive AA. This is actually kind of interesting. This gives you the ability that your F button also delivers when your AA guns are going. This is interesting in this ship. All right, I got 7 points here. Not going secondary. Not going to go with Furious. Most likely. Although, in addition to Adrenaline Rush and the funny button, this could be pretty crazy. You know what? I am going to go with this and not going to go with Fire Prevention. That gives me 3 points. Could go there. This would be a strong ASW choice. And I could also go with this. And then this. Yeah, this is kind of a wacky build. I'm going to go like this. All right. So now, with this build, we have 12.9 concealment, which is pretty good. We've got a baseline speed of 34.1 knots. Turning circle is 920. Rudder shift is 17.2. We've got a 94 rating on our AA, which is still a joke. Got a pretty powerful airstrike. Got a survivability rating of 100%. 25% torpedo reduction damage. Here's something to keep in mind. Armor layout. Okay, let's ignore the side plating, please, of 38. And we'll get rid of, well, first of all, let's look at her bow. So her bow is 32 on the nose, 32 on the deck. Okay, now let's get rid of that. So her Citadel casemate armor is here at 307, but if we take this off, it appears the Citadel is actually below the waterline. I'm not so sure that this is as protected as it appears. I wouldn't depend on this and go broadside to enemy ships who can shoot AP at you. But that looks like she's a bit tanky. And if you compare her to Iowa, Iowa appears to have a Citadel higher up than Wisconsin. That's what it looks like to me. Let's look at Montana. Montana also looks a bit higher up to me. 19, of course, here. A little nothing plate of 16 millimeters back there. So not massively armored. I would not assume that you're going to be safe from citadels. 38 millimeters there, which is kind of nice. But she's definitely not going to be the most tanky ship in the game. All right, let's go play a couple of games for you and see what she looks like when she's playing in anger. All right, first game in the Wisconsin. And we have no super ships, we have no submarines, but we do have a CV, an Essex. This should be interesting. I may get asked questions during the game about the ship. I may get focused because it's the new ship. That tends to happen. Let's see how this goes. Switching to AP. I tend to play with the mini-map pretty big. Stick it there. Only one destroyer. Could have shot him. Yeah, I just got detected. All right, that's my first salvo in this ship. Not too shabby. Only one citadel, though. One overpen. I don't know what the cluster's going on back here. Okay, Kerr superstructure. Nope. Where the devil's the aircraft carrier? All right, their destroyer's dead. That's good. Despite shooting my guns pretty quickly, I'm not getting my funny button loaded. Poor ricochets, chat. Poor ricochets. Spotter plane came up pretty quickly. Trying to get some vision on this guy. Immediately lose my funny button build. Wow, all of it. All of it's gone. Really don't want to get in the face of this Kurfürst. All right, we're gaming. This is going to hurt. So, see, that was painful. But I could heal a lot of that back because it wasn't Citadel damage. Let's go right into the superstructure here. That hurt. Stay out of his secondary range. I think he's dead. Let's try this one. I'm just trying to keep my pick. I don't think I haven't charged my my funny button even once. I would normally want to wait, but I want to get this funny button charged. Got it. All right, that's a reload. I think the CV is finally going to spot the CV, or not, because he's smoking himself. Okay. Pomeran's dead, which is good news. So I'm using defensive AA, and I got nothing done. Truly. Against those airplanes. That was a good hit, 13,000, no Citadel. I misused the defensive AA there, by the way.
Alert.
All right, Citadel on that Moskva. Trying to turn out. All right, rear turret. Not exactly great dispersion. Not a great shot. Now if I can get my turrets around. He's gunning for me. All right, let's use the funny button. Do I get a second reload? Yep. But only on one turret. Yeah, maybe I get the other one. No kills so far. Well, there we go. There's one. All right, not amazing game.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Pretty toxic game chat going on here.
Our victory is in sight.
So at 21 kilometers, a little bit of damage. But I got only one got only one of my F button charges. This whole game.
Our victory is in sight.
It's going to be a minute before I get another defensive AA up. So 11 kilometers here, chat. He's angled. Blind fire him. defensive AA back. He's running out of airplanes. That should be the end of him. No, it's not. Broke 200 though, chat. 200. First game in the ship, broke 200. Only 4 citadels, 14 airplanes shot down, 2 kills. Top score. All right. Interesting. Interesting. $34K to the Ohio, 31 to the Yami. AA defense, 31,000. Armor piercing, most of the work here. In fact, I never did shoot HE. Not a single bit of HE shot. Wait, I did 110,000 in spotting damages? That's crazy. In a battleship. Pretty interesting. I had some AA guns destroyed. Well, she did some work, chat. That's the first game. We'll do one more, at least. Not too shabby. Okay, game number 2 here. We have a submarine, no aircraft carrier, a lot of destroyers. This will be very different than game number 1. Very different indeed. Lot of destroyers. Be curious to see if the dispersion is any better shooting destroyers than shooting cruisers and battleships. I mean, you traditionally shoot them at closer ranges. I'm not talking about that distortion. I'm speaking about whether or not there is inherently a change to the aiming algorithm, criteria, whatever you want to call it, that tightens your dispersion when you're shooting at a smaller target. I'm not saying there is. I'm saying it's like that's sort of my perception. And it might be more apparent on a ship like this than it would be otherwise. Let's see. As a reminder, if you're in a battleship or a cruiser and the enemy destroyer is spotted, unless it's me, shoot it. Shoot it, always shoot the DD. I don't want to reveal my position here, so. All right, let's look at our dispersion here. That wasn't horrible. I missed. But that was bad aim. I don't know where our Stalingrad's going. If I was in Stalingrad, I would have gone up to the island there. Our Stalingrad does not know where to go, apparently. $13.50, 1 over Penn on Ohio. He did turn in. Our Schultz is playing from the back. This is not going to go well, chat. All right, there's my adrenaline rush. Thank you for that. That could do some serious damage to this Johann. It unfortunately does not. Apparently it's shoot arrow day. That looks pretty good, chat. Not bad. Can I charge my funny button on him? Not quite. Only one ricochet.
Crews are on full alert.
Will this charge my funny button? Unbelievable, I missed. And there it goes. I gotta tell you, the funny button is not a gimmick to be counted on. Not at all. Even with some adrenaline rush, I'm having a hard time getting it procced. Very low damage game. This is my fault. I was hoping to sneak around, though, and get that guy. I've lost my boost again, or my F button again. On the other hand, I gained that. Let's see rear turret. Will I finally proc it? Finally. All right, I'm starting to pick up some damage here finally. Ouch. This may kill me. He's got him. All right. 90K. Not exactly impressive, chat. And I keep calling you chat because I'm used to streaming live. Don't forget, you can see me over at twitch.tv/AeroSpaceNews. There'll be a link on screen and in the description if you'd like to catch me streaming live. I'm not doing this during a live stream. This is actually a dedicated video. A little frustrating there. Little frustrating. Quite a difference from the other game. I mean, I'm not on the bottom, so there's that. And did manage to land, some significant shots here. 2 sits. But overall, the funny button is pretty difficult, even when shooting pretty rapidly, pretty consistently, to load. That's actually kind of frustrating. Nonetheless, the ship performed reasonably well. It was shot at a lot. It survived. That heel came in kind of handy. Keep in mind, you've got a slightly enhanced repair party there. That did seem to help. I mean, is this a ship that's worth spending 3,200 doubloons on if you don't have West Virginia? Remember, you still have to do all the Dockyard missions. Actually, I'd say it's a pretty good deal. You get the playing experience of an Iowa, but you get the economic benefits of it being a premium ship, and that includes being able to transfer captains over. You could put, obviously, Halsey on this ship, and you could do that without penalty. And you also get the funny button. You get the option of having the cool camo, which I can't show you. And if you already have West Virginia, you just need to go through the missions on the Dockyard, and you get this ship for free. So that is a pretty good deal. Do you agree? Let me know in chat. Let me know in the comment section. Is Wisconsin the big cheese here? By the way, there will be a 64, I believe, on her permanent camo. Maybe that is not on the Perma camo. Let's see if we take it off. There's the 64. I guess her Perma camo removes that, interestingly enough. That's odd. Wonder if that's a bug. Are you going to get her? What do you think, chat? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. And gosh, watch this video next. And please, if you appreciated the work I put into this, leave a like and drop a subscription. There's more content to come. Thanks, everyone. Take good care of yourselves. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.